Whether it's through stocks, bonds, ETFs, or other types of securities, all investors love seeing their portfolios score big returns. But with inflation on the horizon and interest rates moving up, I'm looking for some consistent cash flow because the growth stocks are under attack. Cash flow can come from bond interest, interest from other types of investments, and of course, dividends. And this is where I think Merck fits in. And for disclosure purposes, I recently purchased stock in Merck. Merck is a pharmaceutical company that is shelling out a dividend of 65 cents per share. Annualized, that's a dividend yield of about 3.59%. This compares favorably to the pharmaceutical industry average yield of about 2.35%. So, if you want to take a look at Merck, let's go. Taking a look at the company's dividend growth, its current annualized dividend of $2.60 per share is up 4.8% from last year. In the past 5-year period, Merck has increased its dividend 5 times on a year-over-year basis for an average annual increase of 7.96%. Earnings growth looks solid for Merck for the fiscal year. The consensus estimate for 2021 is $6.09 per share, which represents a year-over-year growth rate of 2.53%. Given the rising interest rates and potential inflation on the horizon, I want a big established firm that has more secure profits. And as a bonus, just today, President Biden announced that Merck will help manufacture Johnson & Johnson's single-shot coronavirus vaccine in an attempt to boost supplies as the country pushes towards having enough vaccine shots for every adult by the end of May. With that in mind, in my opinion, Merck's a compelling investment opportunity for my long-term hold. So, let's take a look at the charts. And we're now taking a look at the 20-year monthly chart on Merck, and the symbol is MRK. And a couple of things to point out here is the bottom in 2009 and this steady rise all the way through even to the current downtrend. Something else you want to pay attention to is each time Merck comes down and tries to bottom and base, it has a double bottom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then now 1, 2. Moving on down here into volume looks fine. Into the back, you can see that the recent top was here and it's heading on down. It doesn't seem to be slowing down quite yet. It did attempt here, but the current rate is still increasing on the downtrend with both the fast and the slow line heading down. Now, we are still above that zero line, just barely, but we're close enough that I think there's plenty of strength in the stock. Moving down here, you can see in the histogram that the attempt of a bottom and basing occurred there, and the second attempt is here. And I think the second attempt will be successful, but I may be a little bit early. But if you know me, that's my timing. Into the price rate of change, a little bit of sawtoothing here with an attempt to bottom, didn't quite set and failed, and now we're coming on down here. Now, this is the lowest we've been, with the exception of the 2009 downtrend, and I don't think we're as bad off now as we were back then. So I think that's another reason for the opportunity. Here into the relative strength, we're at a very weak, moderately 39.39. But you can see the sawtoothing and the attempt to bottom here at this level, and we're not too far from the 50 or midline. And a slight upward trend, maybe that's not such a good straight line, but you get the idea. Moving down into stochastics, again, you see the attempt above the 50 or midline. With that fail, the reflection on down here. So when is it going to bottom? Well, I hope soon. Moving on down here into the Williams, you can see that move all the way down into the oversold territory. And so I'll be looking for a bounce on up here, hopefully soon. Once again, my timing is early, but I'm in for the long haul. So it's not too much of a problem for me. Back to the price chart. One last look. And I'm looking for the pattern to repeat again, double, 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 and I'm hoping for another double. And if I get a double, that's going to be a great yield and hopefully a good future profit opportunity. And for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.